You know what, bro? Throughout my years of living, I know for a fact that if we're not like-minded, if we're not compatible, we gotta separate. Fuck all that trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Fuck all that, bro. Some motherfuckers just try to fix things and make it work. You feel what I'm saying? But really, you know, they just wasted their time. Feel what I'm saying? They just wasting their time trying to make things work with a person that's not like-minded like you. Like, if I feel strongly about the bag and you feel a little strong, a little strongly, we're not gonna work. We're not gonna be together. You know, if we're not on the same page, we're not gonna be able to get along and be with, you know what I'm saying? We have to separate if we're not like-minded. if we don't think the same, if we don't feel strongly about the bag together. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of one person feeling, not really sure and just being a fucking piece of dead weight. You feel what I'm saying? We gotta separate. We can't be together. We can't work together, man. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm strongly like targeting the bag. You know, I'm on the bag chase. I'm on to something. You know, if you ain't doing that with me, we gotta separate. Like me and my sister, we had to separate, bro. Cause me and her don't feel strongly about the bag like that. You feel what I'm saying? Together. I feel strongly about the bag, she doesn't. So we can't talk to each other. We can't hang out with each other as much. She'll still be my sister, but I can't be going over there all the time, hanging out with her. You know? We think differently. You feel what I'm saying? She wanna stay dusty, I don't. We're not like-minded. You feel what I'm saying? We are not like-minded. I made this mistake when I was younger, man. Hanging out with people who wasn't like on my level, or they didn't feel as strongly about the dream as I did. I hung out with people that had different agendas than me. And I think back and I was like, damn, man. I made that huge mistake. I was hanging out with people who had different agendas. Like we both didn't have the same agenda. He had one agenda and I had an agenda. I'm talking about the guy that I used to work with doing music, right? I used to work with him time to time, but we both had different agendas. We both had different taste in music, but yet I used to hang around this guy. And he wondered why you didn't become successful in music, bro. You was hanging around people who had different agendas, or maybe they did have something to do with music, but they had a different quality sound than yours. You just didn't work well with them. They had other agendas stuffed under the table. You feel what I'm saying? If me and you doing music, we supposed to be working together, not separate. Like I'm not supposed to have an artist somewhere, tucked somewhere, working with him while I'm working with you. Nah, if we're working with an artist, we're working together on that artist. We stay on that project. No outside projects, no side projects or whatever. No, if me and you are doing music, we doing songs together, you can't have no outside project, man. All your energy and focus goes toward that artist. You feel what I'm saying? But we had side projects. We just was not on the same page, man. And you wonder why you didn't become successful. Like, bro, you was hanging out with motherfuckers who didn't even had nothing to do with music too at the same time. Like my ex-girlfriend, she had nothing to do with music, bro. And you wonder why you didn't become successful in music. You was wasting your time with people who wasn't like-minded. Me and my ex-girlfriend, we didn't have the same agenda. We had different agendas and different goals in different fields. She was into fashion, I was into music. We did not click at all. but you try to force it because you have feelings for that woman. But now that I think about it, me and her, we just didn't click like that, and you kept trying to force it. You kept trying to force things. You feel what I'm saying? You kept trying to force it, and you wonder why things didn't pan out like they should. You should have been getting around people who was like-minded, people who had the same agenda, people who wanted to become successful as bad as you did. Like let's say, for example, like if me and you working on a project and you decide not to show up to the performance, or you're hella late coming to the performance, and I'm going there, I'm on time, I'm at every single performance, and you're not there, or you just don't really care too much about getting your music out there. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm hustling, and I'm at every single performance, and I'm performing out there. You feel what I'm saying? And you're like, I'll come up, I'll show up later, or I won't show up, I won't call or anything. And you feel what I'm saying? Bro, you're wasting your time with that individual, bro. You feel what I'm saying? He gotta be as hungry as you, meaning that he gotta show up to all the performances, at least most of them, shit. And you're supposed to be working on projects together, and not getting distracted, not knocking up women like he did. I remember that guy, bro. He got his own way. You feel what I'm saying? He got in his own way. Knocking up two women at the same time. That fucked up his future career in music. You know what I'm saying? So, gotta separate, man. We're now on the same page, man. And then it becomes more frustrating, and then it becomes more of an obstacle. Like Timberland said, man, the reason why, Missy Elliott and him was pumping out music and hits is because he said that we work good together. We work good together. That's it. That's the key to success with the other person. You work good together with each other. Not one person bullshitting, clowning around, wasting time. You feel what I'm saying? Wasting your goddamn time. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta get somebody that's on the same page as you. You gotta associate yourself with motherfuckers who is just as hungry for the bag as you. What did Timberland say again? Oh yeah, no. This was somebody that was working with Timberland. I guess it was his assistant or something like that. He said that Timberland was like, this is Timberland, the music producer, from like a decade or 20 years ago or some shit like that. And he said that Timberland, if you wasn't doing music, he didn't want to have nothing to do with you. He was like, no, wasting my time. If he wasn't as passionate about music as he wasn't going to waste his fucking time. I done ran into motherfuckers like this, motherfuckers who they scared of constructive criticism, and they wonder why their music don't take off. Like, nigga, you're not out there performing with those people. The people is who determine what's hot and what's not you. You just create the shit and see if they like it. You feel what I'm saying? So the person I used to work with, that motherfucker was a waste of space. He was so scared of what people would think about his music that he just stayed behind, closed doors, making beats and making songs. And I told you about the time I took him to my club that I used to work at when I was like 25 years old. Me and him had made a track, and I thought it was hot, so I took him to my club where I worked, and I had the hookup with the DJ. Now, this is a popular club in San Francisco around 2006, 2007. Okay, this is back when I was doing music heavy. I was buying music equipment. You feel what I'm saying? I spent about at least $5,000. You guys know the story. I spent about $5,000 on that music equipment. You know what I'm saying? Got the Pro Tools, mic, everything. So anyway, I took him to the club, and you guys know this story already. If you've been following me long enough, you already know about this story. But I'm gonna say it again. I'm just using this motherfucker as a prime example of a waste of space and a motherfucker that will never amount to shit. Okay? So I took this nigga to the club, got the DJ to play the song, because I thought he had brought the song that me and him had made. You know what I'm saying? So the DJ played the song, and I thought it was the song we made and shit, right? Coming on. But then I heard something different. I was like, wait a minute. This ain't the song that me and you made. This is something that you made, bro. Not us. Boy. And you wonder why he hasn't made it in your music, man. If you can't be trustworthy as a poor person, how you gonna be trustworthy when you become rich? People ain't gonna wanna work with you, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Why would somebody work with a person like that? You see what I'm saying? Just gonna backstab the motherfucker you was working with? Because you was on a power trip, you decided to play something else? You know what I'm saying? So try to hook that nigga up, bro. He fucked that chance up right there. Now I see why people don't become successful. They get in their own way. Knocking up babies, backstabbing people, not trustworthy. You can't trust him. He don't stand on his word. He don't keep his word. Just man, you know what I'm saying? A horrible human being. And to this day, this nigga still ain't got nothing. He been doing music, and I think he's still doing music. Like, bro, you been doing music for 20 to 30 years. You need to get that shit up. I'm sorry, if you've been doing music for 20 to 30 years and you still ain't got a hit, give it up. It don't take that long to make a hit, motherfucker, if you know what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? It shouldn't take 20 to 30 years to make a hit, because this nigga, he been doing music since the 90s, man. I started doing music later, like around 2002, 2003. Okay? So basically, and I felt like me and him was in competition with each other. Let's see who can make the best beats, who got the best artists, and it's like fucking dumbasses, man. So if you ain't up on my level, or if we just got a different mindset from each other, man, we gotta separate, because you're gonna keep me in poverty for the rest of my goddamn life. Better to let your ass go and find somebody else new to work with that's on my level when it comes to chasing this bag, you know what I'm saying, than stay poor and dusty with your motherfucking ass. See what I'm saying? So the moment this person does not think like you, the moment this person, or the moment you can sense some fucking like resistance, or you can sense like there's an argument coming on all the time when you hanging out with that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The moment you sense that, you gotta separate. You gotta say, no, we can't work together because we don't work good together. Like, you got a different taste of music, or you think this is hot and I think it's whack, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay, we need to get with some motherfuckers that think alike, that think like you, or that think like me. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta like align myself with people who are just as hungry to get out of poverty as I am. Like you can tell when a motherfucker who's not passionate. I told you, motherfuckers always lay, knocking up two women at the same goddamn time. I don't know how that happened. You feel what I'm saying? This nigga ain't serious about getting out of poverty. He's serious about busting nuts inside a coochie. That's all he care about. A motherfucker who's a pussy hound, get away from me. You a pussy hound, I don't want to have nothing to do with you, bro. You care more about chasing women than your dream, get the fuck away from me, bro. That's the reason why a lot of niggas don't come up. They let their dick get them in trouble, bro. Like, you a pussy hound. I'm like, don't get me wrong, it's okay to get pussy, man. But when you start putting it over your work, that's when we gotta separate. Like, this nigga's he's putting pussy over chasing, he's putting pussy over his work. I gotta let that nigga go. No homo. I gotta stop hanging around you, bro. You think about pussy too much. I want to get out of poverty. I want to get a hit. I want to do this. I want to do that. We gotta separate. Feel what I'm saying? We can't hang out together. Nah, we can't work together. I ain't gonna try to make it work. Bro. Because you bullshitting. You never ever choose women over your careers. You never ever did that. I made a mistake when I was younger, taking my girlfriend to the ASCAP convention over there in LA. When I saved up all that money to go to LA too, man, I was on a music journey back then, man. Back in 2008, that's when I went to this, no, it was before 2000, I think it was 2007. The ASCAP 2007, I saved up all that money, rented me a car to go to LA, because LA is about 200 miles from where I'm at. So rented a car, took my girlfriend with me, man. I should never have did that. I should have went alone, bro. Never bring your girlfriend to an ASCAP convention. If you're doing music and shit like that, never bring your girlfriend there. You know what I'm saying? Never ever bring your girlfriend with you, bro. You go alone. It's just you and your artist. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta separate yourself from motherfuckers who ain't serious, because they're gonna keep you down. You know what I'm saying? They gotta be just as hungry as you. And you gotta think alike. You gotta think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want this to happen for me so bad, and you want that to happen for you so bad. You want it bad. You want to get out of poverty bad. To the point where, like, you're not even having sex. You focus. I haven't had sex in 2 years, bro. I don't care, because I care about more getting out of poverty than having sex. Because once I get the bag, I'm going to be doing a whole lot of fucking. So it doesn't matter. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, your dreams and stuff come first. Don't be hanging around motherfuckers who got that what they call it, attention deficit syndrome or some shit. What they call it, right? You know what I'm saying? Attention deficit disorder. Well, motherfucker can't pay attention for too long. He get easily distracted. He get distracted easily, right? He let distractions, fuck up his concentration and shit. You feel what I'm saying? He fall victim to distractions most of the time. Leave that motherfucker alone, bro. Leave that motherfucker alone. Because they're going to keep you in poverty even longer. I made these mistakes when I was young, man. Hey, I was young. Now I'm older and I see how time is moving. I'll never make those mistakes again, bro. Like we don't think alike. We gotta separate. You know, you find a girlfriend who's not in your field, or she's not on the same mission as you. She don't have the same goals as you. You gotta separate from her. You can't hang out with her. No. The moment you find that out, you gotta be like, nah, we can't hang out no more because you do music and I do fashion, or I do music, you do fashion. You know, it could be vice versa. You feel what I'm saying? We can't hang out no more. I can't talk to you I can't talk to you about music because, like, when you're passionate about something, you're gonna always want to talk about it, even like at dinner when you're eating. I remember I was at a restaurant in Walnut Creek with my ex-girlfriend, and I wanted to talk about music while we were eating, and she was like, do we really have to keep talking about music? I'm getting tired of hearing about music. So that shut me up after a while. I was just like, okay, we ain't gonna talk about music then. So I said, how's your day? How you doing? You good? You glad we out? I had to switch the subject. So quietly, surely but slowly, or slowly but surely, she was killing my dream. She was killing my ambition. You feel what I'm saying? Just not wanting to talk about it with me. So I couldn't talk to her about music anymore. So I had to like shut shit up. So not knowing it, you know, I was getting my dream basically stomped on and sucked out of me, okay? Or vice versa, sucked out of you and stomped on. You know what I'm saying? Just by her saying that. And I agree with Tom Likens. Women are dream killers, bro. Most of them are. Not all of them, I can't say all, but 90% of women are dream killers. I didn't know that slowly but surely I was getting my dream killed, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know it because you don't know any better. You're young. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, if a bitch ain't about my lottery, I sidestep that bitch. The fuck out of me. Get the fuck away from me. You ain't about my shit. Fuck off of me. Just like my sister too. She ain't about my lottery. I move to the side. Like, nope, get away from me. No, you're toxic. You're toxic. Get away. Nah. You feel what I'm saying? So whatever you doing, bro, make sure the people that you align yourself with, the people that you hang out with, do the same thing that you do. Got the same type of passion that you do. You feel what I'm saying? That sacrifice everything like you do. If you don't see them sacrificing things and shit like that like you do, get away from them. If you don't see them sacrificing their dating life, okay? If you don't see them sacrificing sex like you do, get away from them. Ain't nothing worse than, hey, bruh, I ain't coming to the studio tonight, bruh. You know, I had a wild night last night. I was partying, drinking, and having sex, and all that other stuff. So I had to hit you up like tomorrow or something. We're like, oh no, I ain't hanging with that motherfucker, man. Lose my number, bro. We not hanging out no more. You bullshitting. You supposed to be at the studio by 8 o'clock. You feel what I'm saying? Oh man, I was tired, bro. I was hungover, hanging out with bitches and shit. Nah, get away from me. Get away from me. Get away. Nah, we don't want to hang out. No, don't lose my number, bro. Lose my number. We not hanging out. We not making music no more. Whatever project we got, I'm gonna give you the rest of it. I'll give you a copy or whatever. We ain't hanging out. Hang up the phone. Don't call that motherfucker no more, man. He bullshitting. Why these niggas don't never become successful in the music? Because they get easily distracted. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be at the studio by 8 o'clock and you waiting on him ready to do some tracks, and he out there partying and fucking bitches and shit. Like, bruh, nah, that's a nigga that's gonna be broke, dusty. Matter of fact, women gonna be calling him broken dusty in the future. And you wonder why you broken dusty. Because your sex drive get in the way of everything. Or you thinking about partying and fucking pussy. See what I'm saying? Which is not productive at all. Having sex is not productive. You feel what I'm saying? Having sex is not productive. Chasing bitches is not productive. That's unproductive, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's when you gotta cut them. I used to give niggas chances though back in the day, man. Right now, I don't give nobody any second chances. Once you cross me, once I find out that me and you don't think alike, I cut you like right away. Like, oh no, this person don't think like I do. We gonna always bump heads. We always gonna be clashing. Don't try to force this shit, bro. Don't try to force a square peg into a round hole. And if you do, you are insane. If you're trying to force a square peg into a round hole, it's not gonna work. Stop trying to make things work when they don't work. You feel what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers are stupid like that, bro. Get on motherfuckers that's on your level, man. Get with motherfuckers that's on your level. See them sacrificing things to get out of poverty. I mean, look at all these motherfuckers who became successful. You know, a lot of motherfuckers stop having sex. They say, fuck it, I ain't chasing bitches no more. I'm chasing this bag. And I don't care if my fucking dick fall off from not having sex. That's not more important to me. What's more important to me is getting out of poverty. Getting that bag, that's more important. You feel what I'm saying? We can have sex once we get the bag. We can have the bad bitches and shit once we get the bag. You feel what I'm saying? So if motherfucker can't stay focused on his fucking, on his grind and shit like that, bro, leave that motherfucker alone, bro. Leave him alone. Just leave him alone. That's it. Leave him alone. If he ain't up on his square, if he ain't up on his grind, you gotta leave him alone. Let that motherfucker go, bro. Just let him go. Because he's gonna be a bum, a fucking loser in the future. So, you know what I'm saying? Damn, I wish I could go back into time. I would have did things a lot differently. I would have cut that nigga off the moment I found out that he was bullshitting around. But instead, I kept coming around like, yeah, buddy, what's up, man? It's all good. I know you ain't focused like me. But we gonna hang out anyway. We gonna drink, we gonna talk. We ain't gonna do no work. So I fucked my chin up. That's why I put that Band-Aid right there. Now I look like Nelly and shit. I was scratching it and then it started bleeding and shit. So put a Band-Aid on it. But I'm saying, like, bruh, you always gotta be focused with the people that are just as focused as you. The moment they start to slack up, the moment you can see them slacking, cut them off. Start working with somebody else who's just as focused and driven like you. I mean, you can see you can see how focused they are, man. It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to figure it out. Because you can see the hunger in somebody else's eyes just like you. You both think the same. You both want to get out of poverty just as bad. You know, you can see him sacrificing, maybe get rid of girlfriends and stuff, stop hanging out, stop going to bars and clubs and drinking. Oh, this nigga just as focused as me, man. He don't care about like bars and clubs either. Shit. He don't care about hanging out at expensive restaurants and blowing all his money. He don't care about wearing designer clothing like me. You know. Man, this motherfucker, we both think alike. You ask him questions, man. When you want to know, if you want to know if a motherfucker think like you gotta ask him questions. Like, man, what's your status with the girls and stuff, with the women? Oh man, I got a baby mama that I'm fucking with, and and this and that. I said, well, nah, I can't work with you, man. You got a kid and shit. You got 2 kids, 3 kids. You know, that's gonna get in the way of our work. Don't get me wrong, there are some motherfuckers that still blow up and they got kids and stuff, but the road is gonna be a lot harder. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be able to move like me. I'm single. I ain't got no kids. You know what I'm saying? Well, ask him like, man, do you go to bars? You drink a lot? You smoke a lot? You got bitches everywhere, bro? What? What? Nah, man. You know, motherfucker be like, nah, man, I'm focused on this music, man. Them women can wait, bro. You feel what I'm saying, bro? You know, the women can wait, man. I'm focused on this music, man. So that's the motherfucker you want to work with. This motherfucker don't get distracted very easily. He see the target, you know what I'm saying? And he's gunning for it. You feel what I'm saying? And he got skills. He got rhyming skills. He got beat making skills or some shit like that. That's the motherfucker you want to work with, bro. Or anything. It could be anything that you're working on right now. Anything that it has to do with chasing the bag. You feel what I'm saying? Other than that, you just go alone, man. Fuck it. Like, good thing with me, man. You know, I'm hitting jackpots. I'm at it alone. I don't need nobody else. I don't need no artists. I don't need no beat makers to show up nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, I'm gonna end this live, man. You guys have a good day. I'm out, man. Peace.